introduce the next speaker. He is one of the most morally upstanding people I've ever met. And I am so proud that he decided to step up to the plate and run as a county commissioner. I would like everybody to put their hands together and welcome Marcus Carter.
Thank you, Pam. Appreciate it. Well, thank you, everyone. I don't know if she knows me too well. I am Marcus Carter. I'm running for County Commissioner in the 2nd District, which is here in the South End. And I want to, as Pam had mentioned, we need to thank the members of the Republican Party and the board for bringing this party back from going purple to virtually bright red. And one of those board members is right here, Chris Stevens. So wave hi, Chris. Chris is the comptroller of the Stevens household, according to Tony. Tony Stevens is the chairman of the Republican Party here in Kitsap County, and again, they have done a wonderful job bringing this party back to its roots. People have asked me, why are you a Republican? Well, I'm a Republican because I'm against slavery. That was the start of the Republican Party. Look it up. Anybody can look it up. You know, any of these search engines, and it'll tell you what the start of it was. The Democratic Party was about slavery, and they still want you on the government plantation, including here in Kitsap County. Our commissioners want full control over your property. In fact, they believe they have it. All they have to do is pass for themselves another code. Our county commissioners, during all of this tough time, do you know that they give themselves a raise? They got a raise this last year, while everybody else has had to tighten their belts when all of this has happened. Your county commissioners have forgotten that their entire purpose for existing is to protect your individual rights. Many of you have heard it, probably to the point you're sick of hearing me say it, but Article 1, Section 1 of the state constitution says all political power is inherent in the people, and governments derive their just power from the consent of the governed. Now, first off, how many of you consented to a shutdown? How many of you consented to your property's zoning being changed so you could or could not build on it? How many of you consented to the permitting process that Kitsap County has instituted? Like I said, they have forgotten their role. So all political power is inherent in the people. Governments derive their just power from the consent of the governed and is established to, these last 5 words are most critical, established to protect and maintain individual rights. That's its only purpose, folks. Its only purpose. And if it is not doing that, it is illegitimate government. And that's what has happened up here on Division Street in Kitsap County. They have usurped their authority for far too long. And most of us just want to be left alone. We don't want to believe that people are up there really committing treasonous acts against us and our families and what this nation was founded upon. But that's exactly what they've been doing. And it's time for that to end. And the only way for that to end is for all of us, the people, to rise up and take it back. And now is the time. We're coming up on the primary here next Tuesday. A lot of you, how many have already voted and turned in your ballots? Okay, quite a few of you. I personally have always made it a habit. I don't turn in my ballot until it's voting time. I'd like to return back to the polls myself. I would love it to be able to go back to Burley Glenwood Elementary School and have to show my ID and actually cast my ballot. We need to get back to that personally. But until then, keep in mind, with the system that we still have at this point, you need to vote. Your ballots may be at home. Fine, wait till that last day. There's a lot of folks that'll tell you within the party, no, get them turned in, because that's when we can look at, okay, they've turned it in, I don't need to call them to make sure that they get their ballot turned in. but just make sure they get turned in. Anytime you want to get to the root of a problem, I hate wasting people's time, and Lord knows I hate wasting my own time. So you want to cut to the chase, and you got to get to the bottom line. So when you look at your ballot for county commissioner, look at the bottom line, because that's where you'll find me. I have stood up against Kitsap County in attacks against myself, my family, against the local gun club, and we're still fighting to have your rights totally restored here. Again, your rights exist, but they've gotten judges to tell you that, well, we have a restraining order or an injunction so that you can't exercise your rights. No, we can exercise our rights as we choose to, and we will. The first right that we can exercise right now, again, is to make sure you get your ballots marked and get them turned in. There are 6 people running in my race, and I can say without any question whatsoever that I am the only candidate running for the South Kitsap Commissioner's position that understands our form of government. How many believe that we have a democracy? Well, the other Republican candidate says that's our form of government. That's mobocracy. That's mob rule. That's what you have in Seattle. That's what you have in Portland. That is not what we're to have here. This is a constitutional republic. We are a land of laws and not of men. And the laws that we have passed is the Constitution. That's what it starts with, and that's what it ends with. And if they want to change any aspect about it, then they need to start with trying to change the Constitution. But let me give you a little secret. There's aspects of the Constitution they can't change. Some of you may know that I'm kind of a quote-unquote Second Amendment advocate. Anybody know that? Okay. I'm an NRA certified instructor, not only an instructor, but a training counselor. That's an instructor's instructor. I have been doing it for over 30 years. I've been the executive officer of Kitsap Rifle and Revolver Club, so that's something I know a little bit about. It's a bit of a pet peeve of mine when we hear people all the time refer to the Second Amendment. Because it's not the Second Amendment, folks. It's Article 2 of the Bill of Rights. It's a positive article that was never meant to be amended. It was an article and a statement of fact that was offered in amendment of our Constitution. But it can't be changed. There are people that want to change it. Article 2, Article 1. In fact, if you actually read the original documents, it says Article the 2nd, Article the 1st, the 3rd, the 4th. I have talked with a lot of students over the years, and I've asked them, how many know, and I'll ask here today, how many know we have founding documents to our country, namely the Declaration of Independence, Constitution, Bill of Rights, okay? How many know that when you join the military, you take an oath to uphold and defend those documents against all enemies, foreign and domestic? A lot of us here have taken that oath, haven't we? No expiration date. How many believe it's a good idea that we defend what those documents stand for? With our blood if necessary. Absolutely. And then as I've asked several students in the past, okay, who here can tell me what the 4th article to the Bill of Rights is? Folks, unfortunately, that's what I hear a lot of. A lot of silence. The 4th article of the Bill of Rights is the right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures, and no warrant shall issue except upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and specifically describing the place to be searched or the person or things to be seized. Folks, if you don't know what your rights are, you don't have any. Simply because the county commissioners pass a code doesn't make it law. It is not law if it violates the Constitution. If you elect me as your county commissioner, first and foremost, before bowing a knee before the Almighty and asking Him for wisdom, because it's not going to be found in here unless it comes from there. In asking Him for wisdom, you can count on me honoring that oath to uphold and defend your individual rights. If there is a vote to be taken, if there's a code to be looked at, the question is, how does this further our goal of defending your individual rights? And if it's not there, it doesn't get passed. And there's a lot of county code that needs to go out immediately. We're over 9,500 housing units behind right now in Kitsap County because they've stolen your property rights so that people can't build duplexes and accessory dwelling units, mother-in-law apartments on your property, unless you're a big developer. If you're a big developer, see, after you slide in your permit, you can actually pay an extra fee to have yours looked at above that young married couple that bought a piece of property and want to build their first home on it. An expedited permit fee. And that's wrong. Those need to end. I'm running on a basic premise of you matter, because you matter. They have forgotten that you matter. You were made in the image of the Almighty, every one of you. What a precious kaleidoscope and diversity of opinions and talents that we have here. And the thing that the county needs to do now is turn you loose. We have a lot of people that think that the county can rebuild the government. My first priority is to rebuild the economy. No. My priority is to get the government out of your way and let you rebuild the economy. That's how it'll be built. That's what we need to get back to. Folks, I can't tell you how much I have appreciated the support from my family, my wife Sharon. God bless you. That lady there is the strongest woman I've ever met. We have some other strong women in this community. Pam is one running the north end. April, the lady's up in the 23rd. Glennie Compton right here. It is amazing to see what we have as everyone pulls together. Folks, but now is the time. You have a choice. You have a very clear choice come Tuesday. The top two in each of these races move forward. So again, mark your ballots. And let me say here, is Scott here? Didn't make it? Okay. Well, I'm going to speak up for Scott. Scott Hendon is a rare breed of individual that's running for county commissioner in the North End, District 1. Scott Hendon has been very involved in the community and in this county for decades, along with his mom, Faye, and their family. Scott, fortunately, doesn't have an opponent. There's only him and the incumbent has to go. If you want to see some real change up here at the county commissioner's office starting day one, you get Scott and you get me in there, and I guarantee you from day one, you're going to see a lot of county code go away, and you're going to see county employees being trained that if they want to please the commissioners, the way they please the commissioners is to protect your rights. So again, Scott Hendon's running in the 1st District. Those of you that live here will not see him on the ballot in the primary, but you will see them in the general. Here, if you live in the South End, if you're in District 2, you will see my race on the ballot, but in the general, the whole county gets to vote on the position. Our current incumbent county commissioner has never won her district in a general election. Never. Not one time. It's time to change that. And this is our year, folks. More than ever, this is our year. Thank you all for coming. God bless you all.
Wait, so how are they going to find you, Marcus?
Oh. Shameless plug. Thank you. You can find us, wow, right in front of it. There we go. We're on Facebook. Our website is www.carterforkitsap.com. You'll see a series of videos, including probably this one that Dana's done. Thank you, Dana. We'll be up there soon. But you'll see videos that we've done throughout. Please go there, check them out. Talk to your friends about it. Again, folks, there is a real machine behind putting other things, trying to put other candidates into the office in the top two. We have some cards here as well, by the way. You can pick those up. We're on Instagram, Twitter, trying to figure all that stuff out, but I'm not hard to get a hold of. Talk to me. There's a proverb that says, plans fail for lack of counsel, but with many advisors they succeed. And folks, we're here and we're in this together. I'm not going up there to be a county commissioner. I'm there, if I'm up there, it will be to represent you and your interests. The only way to get there is if you're involved. So again, do get involved. We could, again, talk to Sharon, if you will, afterwards. Let her find out how you can. Sign waving, there's all sorts of things that are going on. But again, pass the word, get it out there. We are looking forward to getting on to the general. But again, it's the top two that go, so make your vote count. Thanks, folks.